If you could teleport yourself only once, where would you go? Perform it on stage in front of James Randi under any and all restrictions he demands to win his $1. Prize of proving the supernatural. When I'm on my deathbed, I'd be like, later bitches. I was an alien the whole time. And teleport into the sun. If it's a magical teleportation that takes me to a place that meets my description. But I don't have to specify exactly where. I'd teleport to the furthest location from where I am now that can support my life. I'd discover things like that there is at least one pocket of space outside the observable universe that abides by the same physics. Or find the furthest inhabitable place in our universe. And potentially make contact with similar life forms. Or confirm once and for all that Earth is it. Whatever the outcome, it would be profound. Mars. Just to really confuse future astronauts. The logical thing to do would be to save it until I really needed it, but then I'd probably end up just saving it for something more important every time I should have probably used it. I'd wait until I get mixed into some horror movie bullshit, and then at the most climactic part of it I would just teleport to the Bahamas or something. Teleport into Area 51 and act like the time machine test messed up and I'm in my younger body without a way back. Unless there's a time constraint. I'd save it for a time when I really needed it. Example. Oh God. I'm horribly injured. Teleports to hospital. On my deathbed, I would want to see a black hole firsthand. I'd save it for when it's urgent. Greenland. The Oval Office. I'd be the top headline on the evening news. In your arms, bro. Just in front of Elon Musk and tell him I'm coming from Mars with a warning, but I forgot. The closest planet that can support human life, but already has peaceful inhabitants that would welcome an alien invader and not treat them the same way our planet would. To a planet in the Andromeda Galaxy just to get away from Earth. Teleport to Earth too and see what the fuck is up. I'd use it to get into a bank vault and become insanely rich. There's only the minor issue of how I'd get out, but we can deal with that when we get there, eh? To Mars. To the highest point of Mount Olympus. When they finally do find my corpse. It is going to be the surprise of the millennia. Onto the floor in Game 7 of the NBA Finals just to see if Kawhi will unlock a new emotion. The sun. At night when it's turned off, of course. I would let scientists study me. Teleport anywhere they want. But have a massive amount of equipment recording everything humanly possibly on both ends of the jump. I'd want humanity to have a chance at reproducing it. This could be the most monumental boost to science in our lifetime. Knowing me, I would probably waste it on something stupid when I'm drunk. Either like, oh fuck, I could really use some food. Teleports to McDonald's, or, hey, want to see something cool? Teleports to the other side of the room. Into the most secure solitary confinement prison cell in America. Then I sue for unlawful imprisonment and make bank. If I've ever learned something from the Henry Stickmin series, it's to never use a teleporter. I'd teleport to the moon while wearing a hot pink romper, specifically to the next moon landing site, so that they'll be super goddamn confused when they land and see my dead body with YOLO drawn in the sand. Into Bill Gates' office when he is in there and asked to borrow a cup of sugar. I'd like to go somewhere where I can see the northern lights. To the road next to mine. I just missed the ice cream man, but I can hear his jingle there, but I'm too drunk to drive and too unfit to run. Go to Tiffany's. Try on their most expensive diamond ring and teleport out of there. Assuming the ring and all your clothes come with you. What if when you teleport you die and a copy of yourself just appears somewhere else? Toilet. Japan, specifically the Fuji mountain. I've dreamed of going there for years. Inside of the sun. It would be instant and painless death. Edit. I am an idiot. The more pressing issue is, how would you come back? Depends if I just appear there normally or end up fusing with the atoms already there and cause some sort of thermonuclear reaction. To the restaurant at the end of the universe. Naturally. I'm about to move and it's a 6-hour drive between the houses. I'd teleport my dog from here to there cause he doesn't like to ride in the car. Could I teleport myself into a fictional world? Or do I have to stay here in the real world? I'd go back to when I was 6. Keep my dad from leaving the house that day with whatever means I had. He was hit by a train that day. I miss him. The nearest human habitable planet that isn't Earth. Or, like, a bank vault. Or some shit. Maybe Spain. Back in time. When I had enough energy to work 70-hour work weeks. And go out and waste my money on stupid things. Right at the beginning. Then. I'd save my money. Forget 5 friends. The girls. The ex. That I'd waste time on. And put it all on the 401k company matched account. When my sister had her baby and I couldn't see her for a very long time because of COVID. We live in different countries. I would have wanted to use it then. But ATM I'd probably save it until another big family happening. Happy or sad occasion. I think I'd wait until astronauts were flying to the moon and then a few hours after launch I'd teleport into the rocket's bathroom and then flush and come out like, oh shit, you guys launched. I was dropping a massive dirty Fergie. Rocket style. I completely forgot the launch was today. Hey. But I'm here now so I guess I'll tag along. I mean it's not like we can turn back now anyways. Right. Y'all are just gonna have to give me a crash course. I mean I hope we don't crash course on being an astronaut so I can be helpful. Hey, what are you doing with those handcuffs? Okay fine, I'll stay out of your way. But one thing, you guys have an extra spacesuit for me, right? I mean what am I gonna do to screw everything up if I'm doing nothing at all? I brought my own lunch. Does that solve anything? Even if I didn't get to see a lick of space, that shit would be the story that literally no one could top. Probably 4,852. 6S 12,323. 6W. It is, as far as I know, the most remote point in any of our oceans, as far as distance from nearest land goes. I'd want to just tread water for a bit, as far from land as I could ever possibly be. As small and insignificant as I could possibly be. The only catch is that the post said I can only teleport once. So getting back would be a problem. I'd have to save this for a deathbed teleportation. There's something peaceful about the idea of just sinking into the black and becoming a precious resource for an environment that would otherwise be alien to me as a human. Back to my grandmother's kitchen. To be with her for one more day. To visit my girlfriend I haven't seen since she left to study abroad last December, that lives across the country from me. She has high-risk family so I can't fly to see her either. I'd go scuba diving. While submerged. Take off all my gear and then teleport to fake my own death. As for where? Into someone else's body. Effectively wearing them as a skin suit. Then send a postcard to my family from beyond the grave. Telling them I love them. But that I also loved those kids in my basement more. Weimar. Heaven. I would be Isaacade. Top of the WTC. Back to bed. Or Pompeii just before the eruption. The nearest Earth-like planet. Right before I die I teleport myself to the edge of the universe. Your mom's house. Does this include time travel? Wherever my mother is so that I can ask her why she left. To another planet that is inhabited by other friendly beings and tell them. Stay away from Earth. It is a total shitshow and you won't like it. Seriously. Too many problems and really no desire to fix them. I would plan a bank heist. Grab as much money as possible and teleport to another country. I'd like to teleport to that grassy knoll. I want the truth. I'm a head out teleports to the surface of the sun. 1985 my father was alive and the future seemed optimistic. Father's Day. 1983. It was last time I talked to my dad on phone. I didn't go visit him like I should have. He passed away a few weeks later unexpectedly. I do a lot of prep. But essentially try to get myself into some bank safe with lots of money. Pack it up. And teleport home. Preferably across the country. I would teleport bread instead. To my fridge. To bed. Right now. New Zealand.